This episode of Game Grammar is brought to you in part by iTalki. iTalki is a website designed to make language learning personal by connecting you to native speakers around the globe. Whether you hire a personal teacher or find a language partner to chat with, you'll find an effective path to fluency in Japanese or another language. It's an affordable, convenient way to develop your skills and learn about life in other countries. Right now, there's a buy one get one promotion on iTalki credit if you click the link in the video description, so be sure to check it out. Welcome to Game Grammar, the show where we level up our Pokémon off-screen, so you can just jump right into the battles that matter. If you feel like you're missing out on juicy practice, feel free to watch episode 9 like 10 times. And right off the bat, it's Popo. Not like the police, just Popo. It's the sound a pigeon makes. Aite no poppo no sunakake. First, we have a new move. Well, actually, a new phrase. Suna means sand, and kake is the stem form of the verb kakeru, which has a variety of meanings like to burden someone, to pour, to sprinkle, to spread. You might know furikake, the seaweed or fish flakes you sprinkle on your rice. In the stem form, it changes the verb into a noun. Anyway, sand spread is probably the best literal translation, but the official translation, sand attack, also works. Notice how the possessive no particle is used twice. Here it's saying that the sand spread is the poppo's attack, and then the poppo is our opponent. Aite no poppo no sunakake. Enemy poppo's sand spread. Hitokage no meichu ritsu ga sagatta. Meichu is a hit. The ritsu there is an indicator of a rate or percentage. So it basically means hit rate. The official English translation is accuracy. They communicate the same idea, but I like accuracy more. We see here that the attack lowered Hitokage's hit rate, because sagaru means to fall, and sagatta is the past tense form. We've been talking about transitive and intransitive verbs a bit recently, and this is a great example of an intransitive verb. It doesn't specify what performs the action. Hitokage no meichu ritsu ga sagatta just means Hitokage's hit rate fell. Note the lack of o particle to mark what is being acted upon. With intransitive verbs, we use ga, because the object that is acted upon is also the subject. If you wanted to use the transitive verb, you could say, Aite no poppo no sunakake ga Hitokage no meichu ritsu o sageta, or enemy poppo's sand spread lowered Hitokage's hit rate. With the transitive sageru instead of sagaru, we can use an o, but the topic of the sentence becomes enemy poppo's sand spread instead of Hitokage's hit rate. Anyway, poppo is kind of a pushover, and doesn't give us any further problems. Raibaru no Green wa zenigame o kuridaso to shiteiru. In a previous episode, we learned that kuridasu means to send out, but this is a grammar form we haven't seen yet. Yo to suru. When you conjugate in the volitional form, like iko for let's go or tabeyo for let's eat, you can add a to and then the verb suru. It means there's an attempt to do something. You could also translate it as to be about to do or to try to do. In order to conjugate volitional forms for any godan verb, just replace the last vowel with o. For ichidan verbs, you change the u to yo. Suru becomes shiyo, and kuru becomes koyo. Right here, they use toshiteiru instead of tosuru, because it's happening as we speak, so you'd better decide quickly. Raibaru no Green wa zenigame o kuridaso to shiteiru. Rival Green is about to send out a zenigame. Red wa Pokémon o irekaemasu ka? Irekaeru means to replace or to change. It's conjugated in teinego or polite form, because it's a game menu instead of a character, and game menus are usually polite. You make verbs polite by taking the stem form and adding masu, so irekaeru's stem form is irekae. You take off the ru. Red wa Pokémon o irekaemasu ka? Will red replace the Pokémon? We're gonna go ahead and say yes. Pokémon o erande kudasai. Erabu means to choose, and it's in the te form followed by kudasai. Remember, verbs ending in mu, nu, or bu become nde in the te form. Te kudasai is a polite imperative, or rather a request. Please choose a Pokémon. Pokémon o erande kudasai. Well, we definitely don't want our Hitokage to get mauled and bitten by his Zenigame for 3 hours, so let's go with Mankey. Hitokage, yoku yatta. Modore. Yoku is the adverb form of the verb I, or yoi, which means good. Remember, adverbs just modify verbs instead of nouns, so whatever we're doing it goodly. Yaru is in the past tense, yatta. It just means to do, but it's different from suru. The point is, yoku yatta is well done. Modoru means to return or to turn back, and modore is the strong and rude imperative, or command. Come back, Hitokage. If you rewind, you'll see modoru in the Pokémon selection screen as well. Hitokage, yoku yatta. Modore. Hitokage, well done. Come back. Raibaru no Green wa Zenigame o kuridashita. Hopefully this looks familiar. We just saw Raibaru no Green wa Zenigame o kuridasou to shiteiru. We replace the kuridasou to shiteiru with kuridashita. It's in the past tense now. Raibaru no Green wa Zenigame o kuridashita. Rival Green sent out Zenigame. Alright, go Mankey. Our Mankey has 2 moves we haven't seen yet. We're gonna start with my favorite of the 2, Ketaguri. Ketaguri is a sumo move that involves pulling an inside ankle sweep. If you're curious, there are some examples on YouTube. It was localized as low kick, and as of Generation 3, its base power depends on the foe's weight. Its type is kakuto, which refers to hand-to-hand fighting, or just fighting if you're inclined to use the official translation. It's a lot simpler. Now we've used Ketaguri and dealt damage to Zenigame, but it's not very heavy, so it didn't do much damage. Next, let's check out Nirami Tsukeru. Niramu means to glare at, and tsukeru means to stick or to append. Together, as Nirami Tsukeru, they make a compound word that means to glare at, like you're glaring at it and your glare sticks to them. In English localizations, this move is known as leer, which fits pretty well. It lowers the defense, or bogyo, by 1 stage. They didn't just name it glare, presumably because they already used that name for a different move. Hebi nirami, or snake glare, has the honor of being called glare in English. We aren't going to stop and translate every single battle, because the game would take forever for us to get through, but you can pause the video and translate it yourself as practice. If you need help, look back to episode 5. Ah, koitsu, nameta mane yo. The word nameru means to make fun of, or it could mean to lick, but here it means to make fun of. Here we see it in the past tense, nameta. Mane means behavior or mimicry, and because nameta is right in front of it, it's actually modifying mane and describing the mimicry. A mimicry of made fun of you doesn't seem like it makes much sense. He's saying, oh darn, I made fun of you, but you just kicked my butt. Koitsu is this guy. Anyways, this whole thing is an incomplete sentence, as you can tell by placing that o particle at the end, because usually verbs come after those. The whole point is he's trying to say that we proved him wrong. Hopefully you understand why, but we're going to translate this line less literally. Ah, I underestimated you.
I've underestimated you.
Ah, koitsu nameta mane yo. Now for the highlights. Mas. This is our standard polite verb conjugation. We've seen it before, but today's sentence was a great example. Reddo wa Pokémon o irekaemasu ka? Had the sentence been Reddo wa Pokémon o irekaeru ka? The meaning would have been the same. By changing to the stem form, in this case taking off the ru, we can add a mas to make it more polite. We use polite forms when talking to strangers or people who aren't close acquaintances. For godan verbs, which is just any verb that doesn't end in ru, and some that do end in ru, we change the ending vowel sound to an i, and then add a mas, so iku becomes ikimasu. Our regular verbs, suru and kuru, become shimasu and kimasu. Yo to suru is one way to say to try to do or to attempt to do. You change the verb to the volitional form. The ending vowel becomes o, or for ichidan verbs, we change the ru to yo. We saw it as Zenigame o kuridasou to shiteiru today. If you were to say, I will try to eat more cookies, you could say, Motto kuki o tabeyou to shimasu. Incomplete sentences happen a lot in Japanese. They happen a lot in English too, but we're talking about Japanese here. You just have to infer what they're talking about from context. It gets easier as you get better at following conversations. So if you're still scratching your head over Green's last line, don't fret too much. And that's all for today. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like, and if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. If you really liked what you saw, consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/gamegrammar, like these generous people. If you're having trouble with verb conjugation, we've uploaded some simple verb conjugation charts to help you figure it out, link in the description, where you'll also find links to our Twitter and Facebook. Finally, a big thanks to our sponsor iTalki, who's going to be running the iTalki New Year's Language Challenge, which I'm going to be a part of. Basically, between January and February, if you take a certain amount of lessons through iTalki, you can win prizes. Tell me if my accent improves. Until next time, mata ne! Yametoke is yamete and oke. Yameru means to stop it. We added an it to the translation because it's a transitive verb, which means that the subject is manipulating an object. Or in Japanese, it means you can use an o with the verb, like watashi wa doa o akeru. I open the door.